Welcome to LA2M, everyone, and we're glad to see you all here today. I know there are a lot of people that are on spring break, and I'm glad to see that we have so many people that are here and joining us for this great topic. Unfortunately, for some reason, and we were not notified, our speaker is not here today. So we're going to change the format a little bit, but before we get to that, I'd like to at least make a few announcements. First of all, we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we fund ourselves by our sponsors, but also by passing the hat. My able assistant Erin is going to start the jar around, and whatever donation you'd like to make is great. We suggest $5, but that's entirely up to you. Also, I'd like to thank Roger for doing the video here. And that's live streaming, so we do have people that are off-site that are participating as well. So that's also something that we provide. In any of our talks, for future reference, if you've missed anything, those are up on our website, so we can refer back to those. Now I'd like to turn over to our sponsor for a minute, who is the 2013 Commuter Challenge. This is Justin, and he's going to give us some information about that.
Hi, my name is Justin Fenwick. I'm the Business Transportation Coordinator at the RIDE, or the AATA. And every year we put on an event for area employers to compete against each other with their coworkers to try something different getting to work. Whether it's busing, biking, walking, or carpooling, some way to get people out of driving alone. It's all about teamwork, so real quick, I'm going to divide the room in half and ask 3 questions, and those who get the answer right will get a point for their side and a lunch bag with the Commuter Challenge information on it. So the first question is, what % of individuals in the area commute to downtown Ann Arbor by bus? Whoever's closest, or so you can yell out numbers. Higher.
20, 10, 44, 15,
17,
12,
18. All right, 18%. Point for this side. Next is % who commute by bike or by biking.
9, 3,
6. Who said 6? There we go. Tiebreaker. By carpool.
20,
4, 12,
1,
7, 14, 11.
3,
3. Hey. All right.
1, 2, 3.
So there are plenty of people in the area who are trying different things to get to work. It can save you gas, it can save you money, and often save you stress. There's buttons and different things like that. I have many, but that say bus to work, bike to work, carpool to work, just around outside. You can sign up at letsmakeamove.org, and if you have any questions, you can see me after. Thank you.
Okay, since we are short of speakers today, and we would like to make this as informative as possible, what we're going to do is we would like folks who have something that they're doing right now that's very interesting, that relates to marketing, who would like to volunteer to speak for a few minutes and fill us in on their current projects. I know that, and the other thing that we're going to do to start off is Erin is also very knowledgeable about video and video marketing. So she's going to start off by volunteering to talk, and then we'll go from there, and whoever would like to volunteer after that can speak. You have to come up here, stand in the light so that Roger can see through the camera there, and so that the people that are off-site can see as well. So Erin, if you'd like to start us off, thank you.
Hi everyone. If you're a regular, you probably know me. My name is Erin O'Neill. I am a content producer at Agenix Digital Marketing, and I'm one of the LA2M live tweeters. So I do a lot with content for our clients. Some of what we do is video. We've had a lot of luck with using YouTube as well as other mediums for putting out video. It's really kind of a crapshoot about how we produce all this stuff. I'm pretty fluent in Final Cut Pro, That's my preferred, but there's a lot of really cool kind of online gadgets. We've had some good luck with Animoto, making videos through that because you can get complicated graphics for relatively easily. It's essentially drag and drop, which is really cool. So there's a lot of really cool tools online that you can use to make really cool videos. I didn't really have anything prepared, so I guess I would love to kind of open this up to a question and answer. Like, does anyone have any questions about video and how they can maximize it for their companies? Yes, sir.
We were just talking, sorry. Hi, I'm Mike Brooks, and we were just talking among us about the value of video on your website.
Okay.
And a friend of mine who's in video told me that the best way to, a great way to draw attention to your website is to have a video on the website. And we were sort of debating whether that was useful or not. So any comments that you might have about the value of, and I don't just mean like retention, but it's actually driving, having your search engine rating in essence higher because you got a video there.
Video itself is not like text, so it's not really gonna it doesn't do anything really for SEO in and of itself. If you're using YouTube to host your video, that's fantastic for SEO because you can put keywords in the description of your video and put like a link to your website. YouTube is fantastic as far as links go for SEO. So if you're going to be using video on your website, we do usually recommend for SEO purposes to post it on a YouTube or maybe a Vimeo. Vimeo is not quite as highly ranked. And then that will help improve your search rankings. You're also going to get, if you have an active YouTube channel, you're going to get a lot of SEO from that as well, using that. As far as having it on your site, like anything, I think that video is good when it's good content and it's decently produced. One of the adages that you say about video is that people will forgive subpar images, but they will not forgive bad sound, because you have to listen to that, and that's not good. So when you get up and so when you're considering producing video, just make sure that your sound is as high quality as you can get, and it doesn't have any like hissing in it, any weird noises, or it sounds kind of garbled. People just won't tolerate that. So I think that being able to put video together that tells a really good story can be beneficial both to SEO and get people's attention and be good for your websites.
Thank you. I want to know what the rules are on using music in videos in terms of copyright. When am I allowed to use it, not allowed to use it? What will YouTube tolerate in terms of uploading videos that have music? What are some of the rules on that?
Okay. Music is tricky because like most things, it usually comes with some crazy copyrights on it. There's a lot of sources out there that have something called Creative Commons. And if you're not familiar with the Creative Commons, you need to get familiar because it's amazing and there's a lot of really cool resources out there. So if you're using something that's copyrighted, like you really want to use a Beatles song, let me tell you, even under fair use, if you're using it for a commercial purpose, you're going to eventually get nailed by some lawyers. That's not fun. So the safest thing to do is to look for Creative Commons music, and if you're using it for your business, to look for Creative Commons for commercial use. There's a few really cool sites. I think Dig Mixer. Yep. There's a few. But if you Google Creative Commons music, it'll show up.
What size again? Can you speak louder for the size? The
Can
size.
everyone hear me?
The size. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The size. The name.
Dig. I think it's Dig Mixer is one I found. There's also like Free Music Catalog.
PodSafe.
PodSafe.
P-O-D as in dog.
Safe.
Oh.
If you Google Creative Commons music, a ton of sites will pop up, and you'll have your share of kind of soundtracky music. Some of them are a little more rockin'. You can search by genre. There's a lot of really cool stuff there. Technically, if you're using, I think under 12 seconds of a copyrighted song, it's considered fair use, but that's something I really would never want to mess with without a really good lawyer. Yes?
Another thing just on the music side, always make sure to like credit whoever you're using, even if it's from Podsave, and like be free of, you know, copyright repercussions, but still make sure. I mean, it's just a nice thing to do.
Yeah, part of Creative Commons means that you have, most licenses require a link back to the source or a credit in the video. Yes?
Also, if you know anybody that has a band or know anybody that's in a band, I mean, everybody's local band is looking to get their music heard by somebody. So if you just source your friends, you could probably find better music than the Muzak that you find on some of those free use sites. And it'll definitely raise the production value of your video almost immediately. Also, one more comment on the Vimeo YouTube thing.
Yeah.
If you use YouTube to post, you're going to get inadvertent advertising. So somebody will be on your website, they'll hit play, and they'll have to sit through a 35-second long Subaru commercial before they see your video. And it's something like that that'll make them just click off your page almost immediately. Whereas you won't run into that with Vimeo.
Yeah, the YouTube advertising is becoming a lot more prominent. 2 years ago, it was really like YouTube didn't really do that stuff, but now it's becoming something that you have to consider. Any other questions for me?
So, at what stage in a startup business would you recommend doing a video?
Immediately.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think any stage of business, whether you are a huge corporation or a small startup, I think video can be very, very powerful. It is becoming one of the most, visuals and video are becoming one of the most popular ways to view content on the internet, and you need to be on those platforms. If you want to start using, if you want to kind of ease into it, Vine is a social network. It's becoming kind of like the Instagram of video. You might want to start using something like that as like a starter intro to it. But I think that video can immediately be a great way to quickly and succinctly tell your story and explain the benefits of your product or whatever you're starting out.
This is, you know, the way I view, I'll talk about it. The way I view video is it's great for CRO, conversion rate, once somebody actually comes to the site, but I didn't think that it was very good at, and it's not going to naturally bring new users to your site, but.
Well, if you're on other networks, it's possible that it could be. I mean, if you're sharing good content about your site, about your business, on things like YouTube or Vimeo or on Vine on your social platforms, these are a really good way to share your story and get people to come back and raise awareness.
Also, just along that topic, it gives you more content to like reproduce and to share, to market. So you can market it to a blog that you have that's associated with the company's website, and that's something that people will reproduce. They can embed the video somewhere else. They can embed it on other blogs, or they can put it on their. I mean, people love watching quick little videos on Facebook, and then that might get them to go to your company's website. And like she said. Like Erin said, it's also part of the story. And so when people are watching, like later on, they're going to be watching your series of videos after you produce a video, and they're going to want to see the very first video from when you guys first started. That's something cool. It's part of the story.
And then right along those same lines in terms of bringing people to your page using video, you have YouTube, and people are searching for certain things on YouTube and trying to find answers to questions or find more information about products and services. So you can create a video that speaks to answer some of those questions that you know people are searching for, and then direct them to your website after they've watched that video, so you can actually drive traffic that way.
Thank you guys, those are really good points.
What software do you recommend for captioning?
Captioning?
Captioning videos.
You know, I've never captioned a video, so I'm not entirely sure.
Accessibility requirement, and we have better comments, so that's what we're asking.
So you need, if I was going to do any, do you have any good answers?
I have them. I was actually just researching that yesterday, and we have Camtasia. They have a text-to-speech feature, and you can also manually put it in. So they have pretty good documentation on how to do it.
Awesome, thank you. Learned something today. Any other questions for me? I'm going at about 15 minutes, so if anyone else wants to hold their own question and answer time, that would be really great. I mean, I can answer questions all hour. I'm cool. Anyone have any questions for me?
The number showing in the video how many people watch sometimes thousands, sometimes hundreds. Are those numbers accurate? How can we trace back by zip code, or is there some way you can tell this to see the feedback?
If you're on YouTube, the numbers are generally pretty accurate as far as how many people have viewed the video, but there's no way to track the video on YouTube as far as I know, as far as like who's seen it, zip code, that kind of thing. What you can look at is if it's on your own site, like if you're bringing people to a link, you can look at people who have commented on the video. So while you're probably not going to get fantastic analytics out of YouTube itself or Vimeo itself, you can track things in other ways. So you can get the metric of how many people have viewed the video and watched the video, but getting other metrics directly out of YouTube is going to be a little more difficult.
Thank you. The quick question, I'm trying to buy a portable camcorder, hopefully Wi-Fi ready. Do you have any idea, within some $200-300 or less, and something like any comment?
Wi-Fi ready, and you want to spend $200, honestly, I would buy an iPhone. Disclaimer, I work at the Apple store. What's up, Carl? He's my buddy. He works good too. But if you want to spend $200 and you want to get high quality video that can also beam video to other sources, I would look at mobile devices like iPhones. I do a lot of shooting with a flip video camera, which sadly they stopped making. Like, I am absolutely distraught that they stopped making these cameras. If you're looking to invest a little more money, or you're also looking to take high quality stills, I would look into like a Nikon D90 or like some of the Canon Rebels. They now take video, and then you also have a DSLR that takes pretty high quality photos. But Carter, perhaps you would want to talk a little bit about that as well.
Talking a lot more than $200.
Yeah, it would be more than $200, but if you're looking for a dual system, it's a good investment.
I'm a Canon shooter, the 5D, with the Mark II or the Mark III. But those are
Speak louder, please.
Sorry.
I was saying I shoot Canon, either the 5D Mark II or Mark III. Those both shoot video. But those are more than $2,300 range, I think.
Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about software for editing videos on iPhone? And also, do you have the wireless or wired microphones at the store now for the iPhones?
I have not seen any microphones. Okay, that's a lie. There is a few wired microphones for the iPhone that work with mobile devices. I'm not exactly an expert on those, but they do exist. And they're definitely out there. As far as editing software, if you want to edit directly on the iPhone, for one thing, you can cut video, not necessarily create sequences, but you can shorten, like take out clips out of long bits of video directly on the iPhone without any special software. Otherwise, there's iMovie for mobile devices. That's the one I'm most familiar with, but like I said, there's tons of other options, especially on the App Store, so if anyone has any suggestions.
Final Cut Pro is going to take over the world. It's what all the professionals use. It's expensive, but it's a great investment because you can do so much with it, and it also gives you the capabilities of being able to edit your, color correct your images and it's like equivalent to like Adobe Photoshop for your images, and then it's equivalent to like Soundtrack Pro for the soundtrack audio. It's really, really great. But if you don't use Mac or don't really prefer Mac software and would like PC, then there's Premiere Pro, which is through Adobe, so it's like Adobe Photoshop. But it's the same, and the keystrokes, you can set it so the keystrokes are the same.
Well, I was just going to say, if you don't have a Mac, Avid is also the industry standard.
Yeah.
It's either Avid or Final Cut or nothing.
Yeah.
I saw something, Real Director was an app that had really good reviews, and it was $4 or $5. I wasn't sure if anybody had used that.
Well, there are a ton, as far as mobile video editing. I mean, like I said, there's a ton of apps, and if it has good reviews, and it's only a few bucks. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Although that being said, I tell everyone, with apps, once you buy something, you cannot return it. So just do read the reviews, folks. Roger.
Yeah, I don't use Macs. I don't use iPhone. I use
Canon cameras, and I've recorded full AVI video, but I also have a Samsung S3 that I've used to live stream and record videos, and it works fine. There's a limitation on it that you can only record like 20 minutes at a time because it's for some reason restricted to the FAT32 limit, you know, like a 4 gig file. So you have to stop it and start it again. But it works fine, and it has a microphone input that's standard. You can put any kind of mic on, hook up to it, whether it's wireless or wired. So, and as far as editing, I use Premiere, Adobe Premiere for my editing. And you really don't want to do too much editing on your device. You really want to either do it in the cloud. You know, YouTube has a certain amount of editing available right in it, and so does some of the other hosting sites. But I usually upload everything to a computer and then do the editing and then upload it again to the web. There's things you can't do with a mobile device that you really need to do to get good product.
Microscopic image.
Right, to highlight things. But you know, someday, you know, everything will, you know, they're adding more capability all the time, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I think eventually everything is going to go mobile. Like, we're not even going to use computers anymore, but for now, I'm still a computer person. I like that. Any other questions for me, or does anyone else want to get up and talk?
Well, this is a question for everybody, and then I'll change the subject.
Okay, cool.
Has anybody in the room, or has anybody in the room created startup videos, or do you know anybody local, or frankly anybody national or in the rest of the world who you recommend for creating great startup videos? And if so, you can tell me afterwards, or
Sure, yeah, I don't know exactly what would be my startup, but I have a video on my website, and I hired Jim Campbell, and I believe the name of his company is Exciting Productions, and I think he's fabulous. Jim Campbell, Exciting Productions.
I hate to do a shameless plug, but my wife and I, Marie and Carl Otto, we're here representing a company called Otto Labs, which is photography and film production. I mean, that's what we do. If you want to get together and talk about something, it can happen.
Do you have any special coupons for attending today's event?
Become a sponsor.
Yeah, I'm looking for a June sponsor. Actually, the video group that I started, A2VIG, you can come and make a pitch there. Our meeting is a week from today. It's at Cubs AC at 6:30 next Wednesday. And there's a lot of video people there who do that kind of work. So just come and make your need known, and you'll find somebody right there.
Excellent resources, everyone. Okay, so I've now been talking for 20 minutes. Anyone want to be the guest expert for Stump the Chump?
Just very quick question about the green background and green screen. I'm not really, but I do have to do it by myself to start with. Can you give any comments about green background technology?
So like you want to know like how to create a green background?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you need a big green sheet that you hang up. I've never actually worked specifically with green, but when I'm creating a backdrop, sheets honestly are the best thing that I've worked with. Just make sure you iron them so they're nice and flat. But Otto, you have some good answers.
You can get a chroma key.
Say it again?
Chroma key. Chroma-key. Because what you're doing is keying. You can get a chroma key drop cloth off of Amazon for $20. And you can put it anywhere. It'll be collapsible. It'll be blue on one side, green on the other. It'll allow you to do that effect.
One is there's two specific colors. There's a specific shade of green and specific shade of blue. So it's pretty touchy. If you have the wrong shade and you're using a chroma key program, a function of a video editing program that looks for chroma key, it won't work with the wrong shade. There's a thing about backgrounds. The other thing to do, not so much for the chroma key, because you want that to be flat, usually, ideally, but is our photographers, we usually say, well, backgrounds are going to get wrinkled. We go with it, and we wrinkle them more. And you see, we store them in a bag, stuff them in the bag, and use the wrinkles to be, so each picture is unique.
Absolutely, certainly if you're looking for that look. Just out of curiosity, oh, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to throw in one more thing about the green screen background. So also you probably want to light the background separate from the person, because shadows and things can throw off your backdrop, and that's where you get those halos and weird green shadows around people.
Roger.
Yeah, when my son was in high school, actually junior high even, whenever he had an option to do either a paper or a video, he'd do a video. So that's why we have a 20 by 8 foot roll down blue screen in our garage. It's like a shade, window shade in it. And it's made out of tablecloths, and it's not any special color, because you can adjust the chroma to whatever color, you can make it disappear. So he's on this one video as 5 different people talking to himself. So, it's doable. That's what you need. You just experiment with it. And I don't know if you need 1 by 8 foot by 20 feet, but
How many people here are using video, just out of curiosity, for their businesses? Fantastic. Anyone want to share some success stories?
I hired a videographer for the first time to video our events. We hold a fundraising walk in downtown Ann Arbor and Troy, and so we hired a videographer to video the events, and we turned it into a marketing piece. And now every time we go to companies, we want to share with them what our event looks like, what it's all about. We play our video. We kept it under 10 minutes, and it's really cool because it talks a little bit about our mission, shows a little bit about the event, and then has some information on how you can get involved. So it was a really big success. We got a lot of positive feedback from the people we were showing because they wanted to see local stuff, not national stuff, for us as a national organization. So, so far it was a really big hit, and we're looking to probably do it every year.
An approximate cost on that finished video?
We paid $1,000 for our video, and it was through a friend, so I got a bit of a discount.
Okay, anyone else?
It's not about video.
Okay. Are we done with video? Anyone else any more questions?
I'll just myself.
Okay.
Just one quick thing about video, and tag on to what you were just saying. I'm with a startup company in the area, but I'm also an organizer of the ACE, Annual Collaboration for Entrepreneurship, which was done, which happens at the end of January. And Jim Campbell is one of our videographers. Roger's one of our videographers. And Carter's one of our photographers. And they all do great work. And I have to say that it has really helped to bring more people to our event. We've done this now 2 years in a row, and we put their video up online, and like you said, it brings more people. It brought more people in the second year because we had it there, and made a big difference. And also we archived stuff, so because it was all educational, so people could go back and look at it afterwards. And we thought, gee, is this really working? Because we weren't getting a lot of feedback, but we went back and looked at the numbers, and we were getting 100 to 200 hits per video session from people. So clearly people were going back and looking at it again. So big advantage.
Since we seem to be a little starved for content, I'll completely change the subject. A shameless plug, and then followed by we're hiring for something, so marketing stuff, so you might be interested. The shameless plug first. I'm a co-founder of Larky. It's L-A-R-K-Y, and we launched a few weeks ago, based in Ann Arbor, obviously. We're a web and mobile platform. We help consumers get all the discounts they deserve from their memberships. So probably everybody in this room is members of lots of things. Probably a lot of paid memberships, in fact, where you're entitled to lots of perks and discounts. You're probably not getting any of them because you probably don't know about them. Most Americans are members of 5 or more memberships, so it's tough to keep track of them all. And it's also obviously hard to remember to use them at the right time and place. Just one example, I mean, you're all familiar with AAA and AARP, but also alumni associations, professional associations. The Kevin, or the guy from AATA, I think was here. So if you have a Go Pass, the bus pass gives you discounts to like 50 merchants around town. So what we do is you sign up for free, you tell us what you're a member of, no account passwords, no member numbers, anything like that. You just say you're a member of this, 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 and then we build you a personalized dashboard, and then our iPhone app will actually tell you when you're near a discount. So I have a Go Pass, so when I walk by Mighty Good Coffee, it says, hey, don't forget you have a discount here. So I never miss another Go Pass discount. So it's totally free, go to waterkey.com, make your own decision. It's a small audience, but every last user counts. Yesterday, actually, we were featured on TechCrunch, which was nice, gave us a little buzz. We've raised some money. So I have about 300 emails that need to be answered, which probably never will. So we're kind of in the customer acquisition phase. So we are looking for what we call growth hacker, and we're actually looking to hire this person, either part-time or full-time. Is anybody familiar with that term, growth hacker? So I'm on the cutting edge. So in Silicon Valley and maybe on the coast, it's becoming more common. A growth hacker is basically, I really think it's going to be sort of the next VP of marketing. There will be, they might still have the title VP of marketing, but they will have to be a growth hacker. They'll have to have all of the skills of email and social and SEO and PR, and they'll also have to have the tech chops to analyze and measure all the things you're doing and find the most profitable, sustainable, repeatable techniques and implement those over and over and over and continue to improve your conversion rate and your performance in every single one of those. So if you find a great technique on SEO to maximize your traffic and maximize your conversion, it might be 10%, it might be 20%, it might be 30%. How do you get to 31%? How do you get to 31.5%? That's the kind of person we're looking for. We're looking for somebody who, if we give them $100, they're going to turn it into $500. So it's a lot of experimentation. It's a lot of taking risks, not being afraid of failing, but failing quickly and learning what are the most profitable techniques, and put those in place and keep building traffic and keep converting users down through the funnel into doing what you want them to do. And then we're also hiring some software interns, and as well as more like a CTO technical co-founder. So if you know anybody for any of those things, or if you are from a firm, or if you're doing contract work yourself, let us know. I'll be in the back of the room afterwards for a few minutes. Thanks.
Anyone else have a subject they're dying to get a platform for? Or anyone is interested in something they want to give us some answers to? Really, we'll talk.
Okay. I guess one of the questions earlier was some examples of how video has been really effective. And one example that I can give is on our LA2M website, as I was talking about, we get a lot of traffic for our previous videos. And that's a really valuable thing. And then, surprising to everyone probably, I'm taking an online class. And one of the things that's included in the class is not only the reading section, but each unit has a 3-minute video, which it makes the subject so much more relatable. And I think that's really one of the top values of online video, is the fact that it makes your topic highly relatable. It makes it such that people can actually see and understand what it is that you have to offer, as compared to something that's written, something that's just there, So people have an opportunity to interact more with what it is you have to offer. Do other people have examples of success stories that they've had with using online video? What about you, Martin?
Well, let's see.
Use the mic.
So success stories with using online video. I don't use video as much as I should. I have lots of video equipment. The business that I'm kind of here representing is I have a photo booth company, and our photo booths also take HD video. So that was one of the main reasons that I wanted to come here. So I have a background in it, but I don't use video personally. And here's Chris, our speaker, and just stepped into the room. But just the one thing that I wanted to encourage people to do is use video in whichever way you feel comfortable using it. So I know for me, one of the reasons I haven't gotten more heavily into video is because I have a lot of this high-end equipment and I know how to use Premiere, but it's just like, man, I don't have the time to do that. And it seems I really want a super polished video. But what I've seen people getting lots of success from is just use your cell phone and tell people, hey, I'm recording this on my cell phone. And then that brings the barrier to entry down a lot lower because nobody expects you to have this super high quality polished video if you're shooting it on your cell phone. Just use it to the best of your ability and get what you can out of it and then grow with it over time. Otherwise, you make this huge mountain and now I got to come up with a few $1,000s to get the video I want, and then you may never do it. So learn from my mistakes.
Yeah. Although I will say the one thing that you can do to improve the quality of your videos, no matter what you're shooting with, is use a tripod. That is the #1 key thing I can tell you. I think most people who shoot video would agree that a tripod is the one way to make any video look super professional. Go.
I'm gonna shamelessly plug too at this point, but it ties in. My name is Nancy Howard at Washington Community College. We have a little e-marketing certificate, and some of that grew out of my experience here and seeing what the need was. And tying in with video, we've got 3 classes now. One is new that we're just putting out there, and it is video for social media marketing and all of the things that you're talking about or that we're addressing here. We do have some classes coming up, so I need to shamelessly plug those, but they are part of the certificate. The one class is called Viral Video Theater, and the gist of that is understanding what is compelling about video and how should I use it in my total strategy. That's one class. The other one is how do you set up your own YouTube library. Some people don't know how to do that. That's a hands-on class where you actually set it up, understand how it works, and how you can get it to work for your social media. The newest class is called Hello, Video on the Go. And what you were just saying, I had this quandary. I went to the video users group, and it was a room mostly of professionals in video. But the issue with social media that I see, I do understand about, okay, you can use full-blown Final Cut Pro, all of the bells and whistles. How many companies, especially small businesses, have that, are going to have that, or need that? Well, the class that we have, it gets you up and started with iPhones, with smaller devices, with little tips like tripod, directional mic, if you can possibly have it, that'll improve your sound. So that's coming up. Also, the idea of at what point, as a business person, do you decide, yeah, I really need to put the bucks towards a polished video and go out and access some of the, I am amazed at how many different video companies we have right here in this area. So, good resources. Thank you for listening.
And as far as mobile video taking and production value is concerned, it's important to note that Searching for Sugar Man, the documentary that just won the Oscar for Best Documentary all last year, the entire last half hour of that film was shot on an iPhone. I mean, that just won an Academy Award, so if you know what you're doing, you don't need a $4,000 camera.
All right.
The documentary.
Hi, Chris and I are with an international organization of online businesses, and they create little short videos for us. So we're really fortunate. We can just zip those to people, and it's already done. So that's a great advantage.
Absolutely. Really?
All right.
It's you.
Okay.
Making announcements of.
Oh, yeah, you just
Well, Chris, would you like to comment at this point?
Well, first of all, I'm really sorry. I made a mistake, and I relied on a clock. I was an hour behind, and I didn't do that since I was in 8th grade. I'm reliving a part of my youth. I obviously can't make up the fact that you guys came here to hear a topic that I prescribed. But about the best, I can't make it up. The best I can do to offer. If you're interested, I can make personal presentations for you, and I will not mix up the time. I will give my contact info send me an email, we'll initiate. I live in Waterford, I will come to you, even if I have to do it each one individually. I can't make up for what I'm missing right now, but I don't like the fact that I've left you hanging, because evidently I don't know how to read the right clock. So for those who are interested, the name you may have already gotten is Chris Wechner, and I'll spell the last name for you. Chris says it, yes, it's C-H-R-E-S. W-E-C-H, N as in Nancy, E-R. Chris Wechner. Phone number, I'll give you my personal cell, and I'll give you my email. The personal cell is area code 248-622. Follow that with 6284. My personal email, this is actually easy to write, CWECH@yahoo.com. Yes, I'm one of the few remaining people with Yahoo. And sorry isn't going to cut it, but it's the best I can offer, and I promise. I give talks, I have not done this ever except today. So this is a humbling moment, but thank you very much for offering to have me. Hopefully if I visit you personally, I'll make it worth your while.
Can you give us kind of a brief review or overview of some of the points you were going to present today?
Well, this is actually pretty easy because I've given this talk in a lot of places, so I could, even without, I was going to give a demonstration because one of the things I never liked.
Can I just interrupt here just a second?
I guess the answer is yes and no.
Okay, just we can have Chris talk for 15 minutes, and also we can have him come back another time and give his whole talk. But if he's going to talk for the rest of the time, that means that we're going to forego the introductions. Is everyone good with that? Is that fine? Okay, I'm going to let you take it over then. And actually, Justin, are you still here with the Commuter Challenge? Okay, I'm just going to announce our sponsor one more time. Our sponsor for the month of April is the 2013 Commuter Challenge. And Chris, take it away.
Well, he probably needs the screen and everything. You probably don't have time to do that.
He's just going to give a quick overview. That's fine.
Well, then we'll depend. I'll do both. I guess probably the quick and dirty. I advertised 3 free and easy ways. I was actually going to go ahead and show 5, but one is a cheater, 2 maybe a cheater. First is just going to be, a lot of people don't realize that you can actually go onto YouTube and there's a webcam feature. Since they made the changes, I don't know whether it's late February or early March, I'm not a YouTube historian, but YouTube within the last month plus redid its entire website, so now it's obvious. The only thing that's not obvious, if you go to do this at home, even in order to get the whole process started using your webcam on YouTube, you actually have to hit upload. Yes, I don't have a file to upload. I'm doing this because I don't have a file to upload. This is counterintuitive. I think I don't even know. Can you raise your hand if you cannot hear me when I'm. Can you only hear me? Can you hear me just as well here as here?
You need to stand up there because he's videoing.
Oh. Thanks, Roger. That's so.
Just the mic.
Can you?
Hold it up.
Can you hear me? Can everyone in the back hear me? Of course, even if you can't really say yes. So that's So in order to get started on that YouTube webcam, you actually have to hit the upload button, despite the fact you have nothing to upload. And those are actually really good because talking heads can be annoying, except when we're all online. If you're buying from somebody, are you ever skeptical, wondering if you're ever going to get back that money? So there are places and times to use that talking head. And I would have actually brought an example, but I'm confident several of you actually know the talking head. For those that don't, hi, I'm Chris Wechner. You see nothing but a face and a talking head. There's nothing interesting. I'm just relying on the fact that I have something important to say, maybe say it in a way it's engaging enough that's going to be worth your ear time. And not everyone's always good at that. Even if you're not an engaging speaker, it does bring the fact that you are a human being, and it's a good thing to have maybe on your website. The next one is a new feature on YouTube with this makeover that you can actually do a photo slideshow. And this I regret that I can't show you, but it's a simple. If you know where your pictures are located, it's basically it's a free way to take a whole bunch of pictures, turn them into a video, and if you're really good at doctoring up pictures, you can kind of get your messages on there. YouTube is not. The third one is non-YouTube. The third one is a really cool thing. It's called, Flickr, right? Flickr, F-L-I-C-K-R for pictures. Well, this is Screen R, not Screener, ScreenR.com. I don't know, you might know what Screencast is, but if you don't, Screencast, have you ever seen those training videos where people start doing their training? All you have to do is click up here. You see the mouse movement, and you click on the links, and it goes on the screen. You see them scroll down the screen. How do they do that? There's lots of ways, but one free way of doing it is something called ScreenR.com. That's a screen. The limitation, you can only on the free version, you can only have up to 5 minutes before you get the ads. But that's actually a really cool resource. And that one, I actually like that one because you can download it as an MP4. You can also publish it from Screener directly to YouTube. The next one, so that's 3. So technically, are you going to be mad if I show you a 4th one?
No, keep going, please.
That's since you said it so nice. The fourth one is Animoto, and that's A-N-I-M-O-T-O. I think it's supposed to be a play on animation and automatic. I can only speculate. Animoto, A-N-I-M-O-T-O. What I mentioned earlier with the YouTube photo slideshow, it takes it to another level. Animoto, and I regret, Animoto does a really good job of tricking you all sorts of ways to make you pay for stuff. They got big buttons to purchase, big blue visible, it's easy to find. And then what seems to be in size 3 font. So to create a 30-second video, click here. And if you're over the age of 20, you're not going to see it real easily if you don't know to look for it. But not only can you add, it does a good job. The YouTube photo slideshow just simply has it almost treats like a PowerPoint. Animoto is a lot more creative. It's got the backgrounds, it introduces, it does gymnastics with your pictures. But not only can you do pictures, you can actually insert videos. And not only you can use your own, they actually have stock. You can, I haven't tried it personally, but theoretically, I've heard people that you can actually take pictures directly from Facebook, Instagram. I have not done that myself. Whenever I give a talk, I make it clear I do not use Facebook. I probably need some counseling. I hate it so much. So I have not tested it. But got one more, which is a cheater one, but it is, by the way, the free version of Animoto, there's a limitation. You only get 30 seconds. If you're willing to sport the big bucks, $5 a month, or $30 a year, you can get 5-minute videos. And you get more choices. Because they're like the crack dealer. They try and get you to do things for free. I think Martin's got a really cool post. To get you, basically, you see how cool this is? To get you just enough things to realize what you could do. They're always trying to find ways to get you addicted to get more higher level stuff. This is no exception. So if you pay the $5 a month or $30 thing, you end up you get more pictures available, more backgrounds, more music, you get the longer. That one's probably worth it. If you're trying to play by the rule book, where you actually want to resell the videos, then you have to pay something like $249 for the year. there's a mid-grade one. It's, for the internet Nazis who want to come after me, I pay the $30 a year. But even if your goal is to get on the board, the focus was supposed to be free and easy. It used to be, if you get the free version, a downside is the only way to access Animoto is to actually use that website. If you pay the $5 a month or the $30 a year, you can download as an MP4 or publish it directly to YouTube. The fifth one, are you bored yet?
No.
No, I don't want any more.
That's number 5.
That's the fifth one used to be a lot cooler. Now it used to be a lot easier. It's Go Animate. It's those little cheesy cartoon things. The cartoon characters have no necks. They have hands but no arms, feet but no legs. But you can literally type. You've got these cartoon characters. And again, I'm doing my best to try and put together a picture in your head without cheating, because that's what happens when you use the wrong font. But they have got Mary Lou as a character, pretend she's a cartoon, and we've got this gentleman here. That's and you right. So Tim, thank you. So the two of them are in the scene, except they've got nothing to say. So you can do one of two things. You can literally type what Tim is going to say to Mary Lou. Hey, baby. And unfortunately, the voices are kind of cheesy. Mary Lou, right now she doesn't say anything. What's up? You get? Or you can actually record your voice and provide. So instead of having something on, hi Mary Lou, what's up? Tim can use a smooth voice. Hey Mary Lou, how you doing? And the limitation, you get up to 10 exchanges. It used to be directly connected with YouTube, to where you can actually upload whatever you've created on Go Animate. Did I even say what it was? I'm sorry. I like to describe it. Go. It's one word. Go Animate. GOANIMATE. .com. But even if you go to Google, but Go space Animate, it'll take you directly to it. But Go Animate used to let you directly upload things to YouTube for free. And since YouTube lets you download the MP4s from your account, you basically had everything you needed. Go Animate, I don't know what caused it, but Go Animate no longer, the free version of Go Animate no longer lets it publish to YouTube. I have not paid for it. It's been, I think the next level, I don't remember what the next level of payment is. I've never given them a dime. But the cool thing you can do with something like that is that, one, it's kind of a cool e-card to send to some people. Hey, but what I really like to do, it's kind of a fun way for people who are kind of shy. Like, I don't want people to see my face. I don't even want to hear my voice. But if we can actually present a little lesson. Hey, did you know how to actually come to get the most you could out of LA2M? No. How do you do that? Well, first you come to see a topic that you want to see, that interests you. Really? Tell me more. And it can lead that, whatever you can fit in 10 lines. I forget how many characters it limits you per line. But if you want to actually have an extra credit, since I'm just listing things, oh, by the way, with Go Animate, there are two, if you go into this yourself, there are two different categories. There's a quick video and the full-length video. Let me know my time is.
Please go ahead.
Okay. The quick video, the good news, that's easy, just plug and play. The full video, that violates you can still do it for free, but it violates the easy. I played with it a little bit. It's not impossible, but it's certainly not just throw together. I would put together a quick video within Go Animate and do this within, I can have the whole thing done within 2 minutes. Maybe, and roughly most things that when you put together, whether it's Animoto, that photo slideshow that does the cool gymnastics, the screener, that's the screencast that actually records all the movements on the screen, and this Go Animate, roughly, for every minute the video runs, it takes about 1 minute to process. So if it takes me 2 minutes to make a 1 minute video, process another minute, within 5 minutes, I'm on the board. Another one that is along the lines of Go Animate, this was not going to be part of my presentation, so at least I give you a bonus, is Extra Normal. XTRA, not EXTRA, although if you type Extra Normal in Google, you'll get it, but XTRA Normal, N-O-R-M-A-L. extranormal.com. This is another, sort of like Go Animate, but they use 3D. You can actually, that one, it's easy to get distracted because you can do facial expressions, you can do gestures, which are funny, but if your goal is to get things done in 5 minutes or less, if you have ADD, stay away from Extra Normal. Well,
that's a good illness.
Well, I mean, I guess we're not giving, I apologize that I'm not here to actually give you a demonstration, because one of the things that bothers me is when I attend events, people give a list of things you should do, but do not put you in a position, okay, I'm ambitious enough, I'm not lazy, how do I do it? Oh, that's later. Unfortunately, that's what I'm doing today. So Michael, I was hoping to actually show you an example. Hey, let me show you how easy it is, because I'm going to do it right in front of you. And that, so if you'd like me to actually do this for you, even to an individual, I owe you this because I did not deliver today. So hopefully at least you're not upset for me presenting 6 different ideas when I said 3. But to review, you got the YouTube webcam, the talking head. That's good to actually show a human, but also, hey, check out this new microphone. It doesn't look like the other microphones. It looks like a microphone, but it's really remote control. See? I got the YouTube photo slideshow. If you're a real estate agent and you don't have any money, you should be using something like this, because it lets you actually show the property. You see the outside. It's got a cool way to go, and all of a sudden you start seeing the living room. 2 minutes or what? Okay. So 30 seconds, wrap up. The third one I shared with you is Screener. S-C-R-E-E-N-R, like Flickr, except for videos. The fourth one is Animoto. A-N-I-M-O-T-O. That's another photo slideshow. Cooler things, but only 30 seconds for free. And it doesn't go to YouTube without paying. The fifth one was Go Animate. G-O-A-N-I-M-A-T-E. And the bonus one I threw in just now is Extra Normal, X-T-R-A-N-O-R-M-A-L. Hopefully you got something from it. I look forward to providing you better value in the future.
Okay, thanks, Chris. And I know that it would have been more compelling had he had an opportunity to do the whole talk for you. Just wanted to let you know that next week we have Ross Johnson, Lindsay Dusick, and Declan O'Neill talking about managing client expectations. Hope you all come back to that one. Thanks. Bye.